and money. Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Cozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
It's a chorus for the ones who don't see rocks but see the climbing walls, who look for more and never say they've seen it all, who raise their voices, the ones who sing the song. Windows down, let's take a ride, blow my hair back dry.
All right, 24 minutes before 10 o'clock. You know, there's a part of me that feels like I should have been an A&R person. For those who don't know what an A&R person, that stands for Artist and Repertoire, and at least in my day, that was the person who would listen to unknown recording artists and songwriters and singers, etc., everything that makes music, and say, oh gosh, this is a great writer. Let's get him in here and see if we can sign him up and make money for this record company I work for, or this is a great singer. And so while I've never done that for a living, I kind of do it covertly. I listen to musicians that may not be in the mainstream, and one of those places I hear that music is on Reverb Nation. Many of you have heard me talk about Reverb Nation before, which is how we've found some of our other guests.
Yes.
So when I was listening to that gentleman, Tony Memmel is his name, I just did what I normally do. I clicked the button that says play all. I went about doing the stuff I do in my house, whether it's, feeding the dog, cleaning up the kitchen, which, I'm not very good at, but I do it. or doing something, or I'll open the windows. I do this a lot. I'll open the windows and I'll be outside. That way I can hear the music. And so I'm listening to this guy named Tony Memmel. Of course, I didn't know the name at the time. Then I said, gosh, and I do this a lot. Let me see what they look like. Well, in his case, when I watched his video, my first thought was, is he missing a hand?
Yes.
To be honest, I hope I'm not embarrassing him by saying that, but my first thought was, I'm looking closely at the video, and then sure enough, I read his bio, and yes, he's missing his left forearm.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Yes, he is.
So is he left-handed? That means he's using. Mm-hmm. That's even more amazing. He must be. He's left-handed.
Yes.
Well, how can he be left-handed when he doesn't have a left hand?
Right.
But he's playing the guitar like you wouldn't know he was missing a hand. He's on the phone right now. We've been trying to get him on for a while. He is awesome. That song, by the way, that you just heard was chosen. It's called "The Good Land." It was chosen as the theme song to your state, Robin.
That's right.
The Discover Wisconsin television series.
Go Packers.
Tony Memmel is an award-winning singer-songwriter, and gosh, he's not gonna. He might not be unknown. A lot of people are unknown only to me, by the way.
Me too.
When I say unknown, it means to me.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean to everybody. Because I was watching videos. He's got huge audiences, and he's been covered by the Associated Press, by CNN, by the Boston Globe, of course, the Milwaukee Journal. I'm glad his hometown picked up on his story.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the hometown is the last one to pay attention to you.
That's
the
right.
Chicago Tribune also has covered him. Tony, good morning, Tony Memmel. What an honor to be able to say hi to you.
Oh, good morning, Larry and Robin. How are you today?
Pretty good. Where are you right now?
I'm in Nashville, Tennessee.
In Nashville? You left Milwaukee?
I kind of tell people that I'm a touring musician, so my home is oftentimes on the road. It's sort of a fluid concept.
So are you currently producing an album or something?
I'm currently getting ready to go out on the road, actually. I'm going to be touring for, something like 6 or 7 weeks coming up this spring.
Are you coming to Ocala or Florida anyway? Are you coming anywhere around here?
Not this spring. I was actually down there last spring in the Gainesville area, but this spring we're actually going north, which is going to be really cold coming up.
Yeah.
And then we're going to be going down to South by Southwest in Austin, Texas, and we're going up to. I have a series of shows in the Northeast and kind of all over the place.
That's exciting stuff. So how do you do that? Do you have a van? Do you have a bus? Do you have a lot of people with you? Is it just you?
I do a lot of it myself, and then my traveling companion and bandmate is my wife Leslie, and so we go together. And so we keep it pretty small. We just travel on our in our own vehicle and things like that, and carry our own equipment and stuff at this point.
Do you know, just before you were on, we were speaking to a lady named Deborah Dozier Potter, and she's got so many famous people in her background. Her mom was famous, her dad was famous, her aunt, her stepmom, and so it's almost like you don't want to mention that because she's so good at what she does. Well, it's the same thing with your hand. I mean, you're so good at what you do, I almost don't want to mention because then you get attention paid to you because of the hand, and you really are very talented with the music. I mean, I'm not kidding. I was listening to you before I ever saw you.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much. I mean, the hand isn't something that I ever, stray away from talking about, but it is something that, I just always knew that if I really wanted to touch people as an artist, as a musician, that I wanted to be a great musician, period. It had nothing to do with my hand difference. I just wanted somebody to be able to, like you were describing in the lead-in earlier, just, if somebody heard my song, I wanted them to just, feel the music and not necessarily be caught up in the story. But I appreciate that. Thank you.
It's kind of like the ladies on the what's it called, the red carpet on the Oscars last night. Did you see this story? That they were saying, we're more than just our dresses. They were a little upset because people were paying attention to their dresses.
We love that.
Yeah, well, yeah, well, anyway, so we like the dresses.
I'm more than my dress, too.
When you book your tour and you go to the places to play for the people, do you also make sure to visit the children that have disabilities?
Actually, a big part of what I do is I work with a number of organizations that work with children who have hand and limb differences. And the primary one I work with is a group called the Lucky Finn Project, which is a support group. And so when I go out on the road, they often help me to alert families in the area of the cities that I'll be traveling to, and I'll get together with families and have lunch or dinner, or I'll see them at the concert, and I'll give them a chance to play my guitar and just hang out a little bit and just really try and spread the message that you can do really anything in your life if you set your mind and heart to it.
It was kind of an awkward. I felt like I made a mistake when I said you play a left-handed guitar. I mean, for all intents and purposes, the guitar is the way a left-handed guitarist plays guitar. But obviously, you wouldn't have a dominant hand, except for your right hand is your dominant hand. Well, right? No. How does this work? Right hand is the dominant hand, but left hand is what. Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. So what I do is I actually do play a left-handed guitar. That's a good observation. But what I do is I build a cast on my left arm. I'm missing my arm up just past my elbow. What I do is I build a cast on my arm that holds a guitar pick, and it's built out of a really tough tape called Gorilla Tape, and it holds that pick in place so I can strum with my left arm, and then I can strut chords with my right hand.
But you also pick. You don't just strum. Nothing wrong with strumming, but you're a picker as well as a strummer, right?
Yes.
I do pick as well as strum. That's right.
Yeah, which is. I mean, for anybody who doesn't, if you play guitar, you know that's pretty awesome. I mean, it's not easy to do it when you have your hand.
No.
Guitar is tough. It takes a lot of time. To get your chords down and your scales and everything like that. It's a discipline. Just like any art or craft, you have to put a lot of time. I gotta ask. Great.
I want to ask you about your childhood. When you were young and you wanted to learn to play guitar, tell me about that. Did anybody discourage you, or not discourage you in a negative way, but just try to protect you? Did that happen?
That's a good question. When I brought the idea to my parents for the first time, I was about 13 years old. And I just said, I had a friend who played guitar, and he played really well. You could hear a song on the radio and just learn it by the time it was over. He had a tremendous ear for music, and I thought, I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to write and play my own music. So I brought the idea to my parents, and they were not against it. In fact, they did support it, but I think what they really wanted to try and do is have me work for it too. So they offered to split the cost of an electric guitar, which I don't know, maybe they thought it was a safe bet because I was 13 years old, and the guitar I wanted was $600.
Yeah,
so I had to start coming up with ways that I would actually earn money for it and things like that, but I did. And then, and they came through on their half of the deal. So I'd say they were really supportive in a different kind of way, where I didn't just get everything I wanted. They showed me how to work for what I wanted, and that's, so it's a different kind of support, I guess.
And that's one of the great things that you inspire in the children, their self-worth.
Well, thank you. Well, thank you.
And just so the listeners know, the missing hand was missing when you were born. Is that accurate?
That's correct. Yeah, I was born missing my left arm and hand.
All right, let's see. We need to take a little break. Let's see. I'm on your Facebook page. Which one should I play now? I know we'll. I don't. That doesn't show the whole title. How come it doesn't show the whole? I know we'll get T. ...
There.
I know we'll get there. Oh, there. Oh, now. Oh, when I hover over it, it shows the whole thing. The Lucky Finn song. Lucky Finn. What is that?
That's the Lucky Finn project I was talking about a moment ago, about
with
that
the children.
Support group for children.
Yeah. I saw there was a video where you were with a bunch of children like that. Let's take that one. Let's use that one to go to our commercial break, and we'll be right back. Tony Memmel, look him up online. He's going to tell you how to in just a second. I can tell you right now. Go to ReverbNation.com/Tony Memmel. Tony spells his last name Memmel. And here's Lucky Finn song.
Way back with Guy Harvey checking.
Hey! What is that? Where was that coming from?
That's not good.
Oh, that was the wrong commercial. Oh, here we go. This is it. Here it is. Okay, we'll be right back.
Life is long and life is short. Sometimes it comes at you with all its force, but you gotta keep your head up even if you're scared now, and then you'll find someone who has been there. You gotta look out, but don't look down. The times that you lost are the times you're found, and like a change in the tide, the water's gonna rise. There's always a choice, and it's time to dive. There's always
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Clouds giving way to some sun today. Highs between 80 and 82. Partly cloudy tonight. Low 59 to 63. Variable clouds tomorrow. High 76 to 80. Rather cloudy on Wednesday with a chance for a couple of showers. High 77 to 80. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Heather Zayer.
Hi, my name is Dr. Erica Olstein with A Better You Healthcare Acupuncture and Eastern Medicine. As primary care physicians, we use acupuncture to treat back pain, arthritis, migraines, allergies, high blood pressure, thyroid disorders, hormone imbalances, stress, and more using all natural medical therapies. We treat the source of your problems, not just your symptoms. For more information, go to abetteryouhealthcare.com or call today to set up your appointment. 352-615-5566.
Central Florida Eye Institute is the area's leader in laser vision correction. From high-definition refraction surgery and LASIK vision correction to custom cataract, glaucoma, and diabetic treatment, you can count on Dr. Crowley and his effective, friendly staff to provide you with the quality care you deserve. Call 352-237-8400 for an appointment or more information. That number again is 352-237-8400. Looking forward to service your vision needs.
Stay informed on everything going on in the villages with the Village Spectator newspaper. The Village Spectator is exclusively devoted to the villages with news, commentary, and more. And yes, they have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask is that you tell them where you heard about them. Call Tom's Picks at 804-1223 and pick up your copy of the Village Spectator today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
I'm trying now just to remember. I'm trying now just to remember what this meant to me when I was young. What this meant to me when I was young. The city was a beacon and a valley. The city was a beacon and a valley. Where we could run. A place where we could run. And now.
Wow, pretty. What a great voice, huh?
Yes.
10 minutes before 10 o'clock, I need to tell you that this segment, by the way, in our discussion with Tony Memmel, is brought to you by Dr. Thomas Crowley at the Central Florida Eye Institute. So be sure to thank them. This is my favorite type of segment, by the way. Central Florida Eye Institute is at 3133 Southwest 32nd Avenue, across from the Paddock Mall by the Sears side. It's not in the Paddock Mall, it's across the street. Mm-hmm. So make sure you thank them for sponsoring this segment of AM Ocala Live. Tony Memmel is our guest. The music you just heard was another one of Tony's songs on his Reverb Nation site. That one was called America to Go. I love that sound. I think it's called Americana. Is that what they're calling it, Tony?
Yeah, it's Americana. It's just lyrics and sounds of or relating to American music. And then I call myself just a singer-songwriter. You know, I'm out there with my guitar and my voice and sometimes a piano, and I sing and play.
So how do you live in Wisconsin, in Milwaukee?
I actually live in Nashville now.
Oh, you live in Nashville now. Okay. So you and Leslie is your wife? That's the other vocalist on there, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yep.
Leslie sings. That's a nice relationship. You go up and sing. Does she write also? Is she also a songwriter?
Yeah, actually, we wrote one of our first songs together earlier this year, or this past year. The one that's called "I Know We'll Get There." We were talking about it right before the commercial break.
Right.
She actually works a lot in sort of what I would call a producer role. She offers a lot of feedback, and she's really constructive. And she has a great ear for music.
So when I first found you, I shared you in whatever I did with Facebook. Did they alert you of that? Do you know that when somebody does that?
I'm sorry. What did you say? I missed the first part.
Well, when I first discovered you, I said, "Oh my gosh, I got to share this." So I put you on Facebook, and I was wondering if does it alert you? Does Reverb Nation alert you when somebody shares you on Facebook?
Oh, that's a really good question. I get Facebook notifications if my name's included and stuff, but I'm not sure about the Reverb Nation notification. I'll have to check on that. But Thank you, nonetheless. Thank you in hindsight.
So what are you doing today? What's on today's schedule? Are you going to record? Are you going to write? Are you just going to sit around? What are you doing today?
Today I'm working with you guys this morning. I'm having a nice conversation. And then we're getting ready to hit the road this week, so I'm prepping for that. I'm working on. I'm going to be going into a school later this week, and I have a couple concerts. So I'm going to be practicing and working on prepping what I'll say, and there's always something going on.
So how do we get you to play here? I mean, do we have to what do you play? Schools mostly, or where do you normally play?
I play everywhere from schools to clubs to coffee shops to conferences and things like that. So we can definitely talk about coming down to Ocala. I'd love to come visit you guys.
Boy, you're too good for a coffee shop. I mean, you're too good for a club. Means a club means a bar. You're too good for a bar.
Coffee shops are nice, though.
Coffee shops are nice. He's beyond that. No. You play a big stage. I mean, college sounds good. When you were in Gainesville, was it the university?
Actually, I was doing a conference just outside with a group called Hands to Love. It's another hand and limb difference organization that I work with.
Uh-huh.
So I got together and was at a camp with some kids through the weekend, and we did music together, and they get to run around and play and engage and learn together. It's really cool.
So if you didn't do music, what would you be doing? Where's your brain? Is it in science? Is it in the arts? In other things, if not music?
That's a good question. Music's a really big part of me. It's what I think about most every second of every day.
No, every 17 seconds it's sex. Remember, Dr. Ruth said every 17 seconds if you're a man.
That's right.
So you got 16 seconds of music, 1 second of sex, and then you're back to music.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And then I suppose I love photography. I love movies. When I was growing up in school, I wanted to be a teacher. I like history and things like that. So that's what I was thinking I was going to go study. But now I get to be a teacher in a different way.
Yeah, you're sort of doing that. And you sort of, you got a song on a TV show. That's kind of like being in the movie business.
That's right. It's the best of all worlds.
When did that happen for you? When did you find out that the song was going to be used for the TV show?
I found out it was going to be used in September of 2014, but it just launched this past weekend, which is really cool. They revamped the entire intro to the show, Discover Wisconsin, which is a big travel and tourism show that airs in the Midwest, and you can stream it online, which is really cool. So they have a really large audience, and they wanted to bring in just a new song and a new intro, and they invited me to be a part of the project.
We have dubbed Wisconsin as a whole nother state.
That's right.
Because do you do this? Do you say the word a whole nother? Robin does this. A whole nother. She took the word another, and she removed the A, and she stuck the word whole in the between the A and the N. So it's a whole nother.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
See that? That's the Wisconsin. Isn't it?
Yeah, so that's I have figured out because other people from Wisconsin say that also. Like, wow,
right.
this is a whole nother experience. Oh, there's that expression. Where are you from? Milwaukee. Of course.
That's right. We stick together.
That's right. When you go to see the children from the Lucky Finn Project, and then you also interact with other children who have that disability, how do the parents react? You're probably more of a life-saving grace for the parents than for the children, because children seem to accept a lot of things.
That's really sweet. I think that I think you're right. I think it does mean a lot to the parents, and I think sometimes, especially early on when the kids are really young and they haven't maybe seen their own children do everything that they will do in their lives yet, it does feel good to see an adult who is out and even just things that I might not even think twice about, but just living my life and being a confident and happy individual out in the world. And I'm married, and I play guitar for a living, and I travel all over the world and country. So, I think that does mean a lot to a young parent. And I don't take that lightly. I think that's really special part of what we do.
Tony, you're going out on the road. Do you need anything? Do you need any McDonald's gift cards? and how can we help you?
Yeah, we'll set you up.
Well, that sounds wonderful. Any help is welcome.
we could buy some of your music. Then you can buy your own McDonald's, right?
There you go.
Is all the music for sale on Reverb Nation, or do I go somewhere else to buy it?
You can really go anywhere. iTunes, Amazon, TonyMemmel.com, my website. If you just Google my name, and you can find a number of places, whichever your preferred retailer is.
How do you keep so positive and upbeat about yourself? Sometimes you might have a few down days.
Yeah, I suppose we all do, really. There's days that challenge us more than others, and I think it's just, I just try to roll with things that come in and things that do challenge me, and I think that if you just adapt a spirit of adaptability, where you just know that you're going to have to roll with things in life, that you somehow feel more prepared when things are challenging.
That's a great line.
Well, some people will watch you play and they will say that is amazing that he can play when he doesn't have a hand. But what is equally as amazing, because that is amazing, so you can't take away from that. But what's equally as amazing is what's inside of that person that you are. The voice you have, first of all, you've got an unbelievable. Your wife has a great voice too. I mean, you guys sound good together.
Thank you, Larry.
and writing a good song is an amazing thing. It's not easy to do that, and it seems like you can do it a lot. So, Tony, good luck with everything you're doing. If you're ever in the area, we definitely would love to have you in the studio.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's been great talking with you.
Go to TonyMemmel.com, correct?
That's correct.
TonyMemmel.com. Go to go to ReverbNation.com/Tony Memmel and go to iTunes, etc. And you'll hear. And we're going to leave with this song. It's called "I Know We'll Get There," because I know you're getting there. You're going to get there. If you're not there already, I think you're there already in my mind. Tony, thank you so much.
Thank you, Larry. It's been a pleasure. Thank you both so much.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back.
I played with my band. Oh yeah, the road is long when you work in song, and we may be worse for wear. I know we'll get there.
It was the 87th Academy Awards ceremony. Birdman swooping in to get 4 statuettes, including those for Best Picture and Best Director. Julianne Moore won for Best Actress as an Alzheimer's patient in Still Alice.
I think mostly I like stories about people. I like stories about real people and real relationships and real families, and that's what I respond to.
Eddie Redmayne won for Best Actor. Defense Secretary Ashton Carter meeting with generals in Kuwait. He wants to learn more about current efforts to stop the spread of ISIS. Joey Logano wins at the Daytona 500 at 24, the second youngest after 2011 winner Trevor Bayne.
For fans, the 57th running of the Great American Race.